Emma Hobday's one-person show, written, directed, and acted by Emma on Spock.
I heard that since Spock's mother is human, he cries whenever he sees the sun's rise.
I heard that whenever he attempts a mathematical problem, his seething emotions get in the way and remove the possibility to come to anything but a false solution.
I have heard he does not even know what the word logic means.
I have withstood your previous 3,628 insults with little in the way of emotional response. I shall do the same with this one.
Look at the human freak doll. I bet he's shortly about to cry.
I find your behavior abhorrent and stop being mean to me! Mommy, the other children at school made fun of me. They said I can't do logic or math or anything, and it's all because you're a human instead of a Vulcan like them or Daddy. Am I really a half-blooded freak, Mommy? Of course not, Spock. You don't have to cry, my darling, but you also don't have to be afraid to. You may not be the Vulcan they want you to be, but you know what you are? That's right, you're my brave little Spock. I just know that one day you'll be out there, changing the galaxy. You know, before I met your father, I was part of Starfleet. Maybe one day you could... I'm sorry, Doug. Mommy's just a little ill, but your father is part of the Vulcan Council, and he's doing everything he can to make Mommy better. I'm okay, but it's very sweet of you to worry. Thank you, Mommy. You always know what to say to restore my composure. I'm very lucky to have you. Mommy? Mommy? Hello, Mother. I miss you so much. Every day since you fell into your coma 12.62 years ago, I have grown increasingly solitary. No one else on this planet understands me the way you do. Father, how strange to see you in the hospital. Spock, come away from your mother's bedside. You must attend to your studies at the Vulcan Academy of Science. Every afternoon for 12 years you have come and wasted your time here. I miss her as much as you do, but it is time to face the facts. No, you don't understand. Do you even care about her? Do you even care if your wife lives or dies? Mother? Mother! 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 Mother!
I see that half-human's face is awash with tears. Non-Vulcan mother must have finally died.
Throughout my childhood, I withstood your litany of affronts with little in the way of emotional retaliation, but that ends today. If you say one word about my mother, I will let go of all the control that my Vulcan side provides me with.
It is unlikely that it need to be, considering you red-blooded human's mother. That is nothing to preclude.
Shut up! Spock, we are returning home. Spock, what you did to that boy was unacceptable. You responded with violence, something that only proves your primitive, violent impulses. And what's worse, you were given no provocation. But I was given provocation, Father. You heard him. He was speaking insultingly about... I heard. Spock, our species is without emotion. And what little we do feel, we keep under perfect control. Perhaps you are not a Vulcan after all. You were always irrationally emotional as a child. Perhaps it is your human side that makes you so abnormal. If you desired a normal son, then perhaps you should not have seen fit to procreate with a human! Clearly there is reason to yell. I'm not going to sit here and listen to you insult me. I do not belong here. That much is clear. But my emotionality will not be your concern much longer, Father. I am leaving planet Vulcan forever. I shall enlist in Starfleet, the peacekeeping force of the United Federation of Planets. Yes, but although planet Vulcan is a member of the Federation, our species rarely joins. Your species rarely joins. So, it is majority human. As such, I predict with approximately 73.482% accuracy that my welcome there will be more friendly. Live long and prosper, Father. I am so ashamed of you, Spock.
Now entering Starfleet Academy courtyard.
Fascinating. Yes, is there something you require? Oh, idle conversation, of course. I always forget your species' unusual predilection for wasting time. I see from your uniform that you, like I, are a new cadet here at Starfleet. Tell me, do you too find it fascinating the lengths to which your species will go to remain in denial about your situation? What? Oh, I said, do you too find it fascinating the lengths to which... I beg your pardon? I was merely referring to the fact that Starfleet expends vast quantities of resources to conceal the fact that its academy is housed on a space station, even installing an artificial sunlight cycle, in which even the position of the artificial sun is roughly accurate for 0957 hours. Remarkable. I will note, however, that I calculate that the position of the artificial sun is approximately 0.325 degrees out of position, though I can hardly expect a human organization such as this one to be perfect. I do not have a problem with Starfleet. I am merely noting that this facility, presumably among its finest, is host to far more errors than I am used to, having grown up on Vulcan. Back on my home planet, we would never have raided a courtyard like this. Its design is inefficient and frivolous. That comment is technically incorrect. I am not the son of a dog, but rather of a human and a Vulcan. Oh, now that insult is correct, as the long obsolete definition of the word calculator, English in origin, I believe, is a person who performs calculations. Very well. Walk away. Father was right. Those who cannot hear a simple statement of fact without taking offense are unworthy of talking to in the first place. Hey, need a hand? That was a nasty fall just there. Want me to chase that guy down, give him a taste of his own medicine? Then I can take him. Suit yourself, just thought I'd offer. Say, you wouldn't happen to know a Spock, would you? He's my roommate, and I'm trying to track him down before the orientation game. But the file didn't have a picture, just a name, height, something about him being a Vulcan and all, so I'm on the lookout for pointed ears. Really? Well, talk about convenience. Better introduce myself then. James T. Kirk, but you're my roommate, so you can call me Jim. It's called a hand, you shake it. I see. I would introduce myself, but you seem sufficiently well acquainted with my name without the reminder. I must ask, however, what was that you were saying about an orientation game? And they think that that will help orient us at Starfleet Academy? I fail to see how working together to defuse an imaginary bomb can instill any sort of camaraderie. Well, of course I'm coming. I merely do not see the utility. I take it you know the way?
Okay, new cadets, you all have partners? Good, because this is a competitive activity. Each pair will find a bomb in front of them. Don't worry, it's not a real bomb, but it works just like one except for the explosion when the timer hits 0. For this game, you're on a densely populated world. and you're the only Starfleet officers around, making it your responsibility to deal with the situation. This is a timed activity. The fastest pair will get first pick of logics, and anyone who beats our all-time record for fastest diffusion, 3.5 minutes, will get preferential seating in all their classes as a special incentive. Is everyone ready? Because your time starts now.
I've already solved it. I said I have already solved the problem. Actual skills in bomb defusal are unnecessary in this situation. Simply put, we should allow the artificial bomb to detonate. Yes, there will be civilian casualties, but my preliminary investigation of the trigger mechanism of this artificial bomb indicates that the chances of defusing it without a team of highly trained individuals and an extensive array of specialized tools are nearly 1 in 10,424. As such, our time would be better utilized assisting with evacuation efforts and then retreating to a safe distance so that we may later utilize our skills in a task better suited to them. It is only logical. Hey, where do you think you're going? Can't escape from your roommate that easily. You know, I think you might have missed the collaboration part of that group exercise, but I'm not complaining. That was classic. I turned away too fast to see the looks on their faces, but trust me, golden. Also, technically speaking, I think that means we won. I'm no math guy, but I'm pretty sure 39 seconds is less than 3 minutes. Rejecting the expectations and winning an impossible game? Oh yeah, I can tell already. We're gonna be great friends, Spock.
Look, that freaky Vulcan who decided to let everyone die during the orientation game. I heard he doesn't care about anyone or anything. What a green-blooded freak.
Well, only took us 4 months, but we finally stopped getting weird looks about our little orientation day stunt. Oh no, it might have been your stunt to begin with, but I've been getting all the same glares you have, so that makes me a partner in full. Face it, Spock, you're stuck with me till we graduate. According to Spock, it has been 2 years and still you petulantly refuse to behave logically and return to Vulcan. You were always too emotional to be a Vulcan, and your obstinacy only makes that clearer. Respectfully yours, Sarek. Live long and prosper. Spock, could you have at least tried to seem interested in the story those girls were telling? They were hitting on us. Well, they're not now. I'm not trying to be hard on you, man, but come on, just try to seem like less of a robot. I know you've got it in you. According to Father, it is lucky I have no interest in receiving an apology, as you clearly have no interest in offering one. I have logic enough to know that I fit in little better here at Starfleet than I did back on Vulcan. I am not one who goes back on his word, however, so I shall stick out the last year at Starfleet Academy, and then I shall finally find my place in the galaxy. I do not require your blessing to do so. Respectfully yours, Spock. Live long and prosper. Yes, Jim, I am aware we have just graduated from Starfleet Academy. You may note that I, too, was at the ceremony. Yes, congratulations are in order. To you, too, I suppose. Do you require I begin calling you Ensign Kirk now? As a joke. No, there's no time for frivolous human celebration. I was in the middle of reading a truly fascinating book on advanced maneuvers in three-dimensional chess that I would very much like to get back to. Oh, come on, Spock, live a little. You can't just stand around muttering about logic all the time. It's not healthy. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a shuttle and head down to Earth. Can't believe you've been orbiting it for 4 years and never once bothered to see the sights. Well, I was thinking New York City. It's a major hub, great for tourism. Founded in 1624, originally known as New Amsterdam, and at last census polling home to 12,223,000. There's no need to be rude to me, Jim. But, very well. I shall accompany you as an act of celebration, though I would like it noted it is against my better judgment. Yes, this city is certainly a city. We have these on Vulcan too, I remind you. No, I do not want to go into that bar. A museum would be far more to my taste. In fact, be quiet. No, shh, Jim, look over there. Do you see that man with the cap pulled low over his brow? I believe he's a Klingon agent attempting to disguise himself. Yes, I am aware that the Klingon Empire is at war with the Federation. That is why I find his presence alarming in the first place. Oh, stop being such a know-it-all, Spock. He's pulling out a communicator. We've got to listen in, figure out what he's up to.
My mission is complete, Brigadier. I placed a final bomb in the basement of the Federation Embassy, and the charges are laid so that the rest of the city shall know when it does. We have 4 minutes until the preparatory charge goes off to prime the explosives.
Get him! Spock, do that Vulcan nerve thingy! The one that knocks people out! It's called a Vulcan nerve pinch. Starfleet Command. Come in, Starfleet Command. This is Ensign Spock reporting. Ensign Kirk and I have reason to believe that there is a group of Klingon agents planting bombs across the Earth city of New York, our present location. There is at least one bomb located in the basement of the Federation Embassy building in this same city. Standing by for orders. Understood. We will assist with evacuation efforts and await the arrival of evacuation starships. Spock out. Kirk, I believe the first step in evacuating the citizens should be to contact the local... Jim! Jim, where are you going? Yes, I'm aware we know the location of the primary bomb. You may notice that I communicated it to Starfleet Command. No, we should not. Neither of us is trained in bomb defusal. It would be irrational to make the attempt, and more of... Jim! At least wait for me. Well, there's the bomb. The timer reads only 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Do you have a plan for disabling it, or was this simply an irrational, emotional flight of fancy? I hardly think that name calling will... Did you hear that beeping? No, not the bomb in the corner. I think it's something else entirely. Jim? Jim, where are you? Are you injured? Jim, your leg. I'll try to get you free. Even our combined strength is insufficient to lift it, and we can't even beam you out. The Federation's embassy building is lined with lead to prevent enemy agents from beaming inside. And yeah, I get it, Spock. I'm trapped here. Guess that was the preparatory charge. But there's no chance of getting the damn thing off my leg, so I'll be stuck here like a rabbit in a trap when that thing blows. No need to say I told you so. I know you were right. It was a stupid, irrational move to come here. I just thought if we could disable the bomb, we could save everybody, not just those few people who Starfleet manages to beam on board. But I guess that was just my emotions getting the better of me, huh? Not like you. Now go. If you don't hurry, you won't have time to evacuate with the rest of them. It's been an honor, my friend. Live long and prosper, Jim. No. Jim, you were my first real, my only friend. I'm not leaving you behind to die. You heard me. I'm not leaving you. I don't care if it's irrational. I will defuse this bomb if it kills me.
It likely will kill you, Spock. You have no hint of the training required to defuse a bomb of this sort.
I have never needed your warnings, Father. I'm not listening. I've spent my entire life not belonging. I know what it's like. Can't either of you say something that will actually help me?
A bomb is a thought and a construct, Spock. Simply apply your mind to the problem and solve it.
I don't know if I can. You said it before. I'm not trained in bomb defusal, and the only tools I have on hand are desk ornaments.
Then do it to save your friend, my brave little Spock.
But I'm not ready. In all likelihood, both Jim and I will perish.
And defuse it.
I can defuse it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It worked. It worked! Jim, it worked! You're safe, Jim. Everyone's safe. Yeah, and it's all due to some Vulcan bomb trick, huh? Right, half Vulcan, whatever. You know, about that, I just witnessed the weirdest thing. For a second there, I could have sworn that the famous Mr. Spock was showing an emotion. Are you giving up logic at last? Hardly. If I had given up my logic, I would have been unable to defuse the bomb, and you and I should both be dead. I will admit, however, it may have been a twinge of emotion that motivated me to do so. Perhaps the two are not so contradictory after all.
Step forward, Spock. In recognition of the service you have done for the people of Earth and the Federation as a whole, you're officially made an officer of Starfleet, first class, and awarded the Starfleet Medal of Honor. You are also, should you choose to accept it, to be made captain of the Federation's newest starship, the USS Enterprise.
I am honored, Admiral, but if you will permit it, I would prefer to decline that particular honor. As important as it is, a captain's function of personnel oversight is ill-suited to my temperament. If you will permit it, however, I have an alternate candidate in mind. The man who showed me that my pointed ears did not necessarily preclude me finding my own reserves of what your species rather self-importantly refers to as humanity. Jim Kirk.
Very well, Mr. Spock. I agree with your assessment. Jim Kirk is the captain of the USS Enterprise, should he choose to accept the position.
I have one more impertinence, Admiral, if you will permit it. I would very much like to serve another position on board the Enterprise, one better suited to my abilities. Science officer, perhaps, or if more of my emotional side is required, first officer. Well, Spock, how does both sound? Assuming that's all right, I mean, Admiral. Great. Welcome aboard, Officer Spock. Father, I have not seen you in 4 years. I cannot guess what you were doing on board the Enterprise, as the chances of you being here as part of my retinue of admirers are rather slim. There is a chance you could be here to deliver an award on the behalf of the Vulcan Council, as has been the case with the humans of Starfleet, but you are carrying no box. And the chances of you being on board the Enterprise through random chance are less than 1 in 3,523,742.6. Well, I believe it is time for me to check the port bay scanners, as is part of my duties as science officer of this ship. Live long and... Wait, Spock, please. I heard news of your act of heroism in the interplanetary news, and I came here to apologize. I should not have chastised you for your emotional responses. It has been longer than I often care to remember since I have last spoken to your mother, so I have forgotten what she was like. Your mother was human through and through, a Always passionate, excitable, at times irrational. But she was also kind, understanding, and generous. It was easy, when deprived of her, to forget that it was that very emotionality that made me first fall in love with her. Don't look so surprised, Spock. Even a Vulcan can marry for love. She was never controlled, just as you often are not. But you have shown, once and for all, that some degree of humanity does nothing to preclude rationality. I am so proud of you, Spock. Oh, and one more thing. Nearly 17 years ago, back before your mother, back when your mother first found out that she was ill, she made a holographic report to be given to you in the event of her death. She instructed me to give it to you in your hour of gravest need. I fear I have failed in my duties, as your hour of need seems past, but even so, the message is yours. Live long and prosper, my son. Hello, Spock. I don't know when you're listening to this. You might still be a precocious little boy, barely as high as your mother's waist, or you may be a dashing young man out changing the galaxy, but either way, it doesn't matter. You are my son, and I love you. Are you still getting a hard time from your peers because you care about remembering your father's birthday? Or have you committed to the Vulcan way and gotten rid of emotion entirely? It is so hard to know what you will need to hear if I will not be there to watch you grow up. But in the end, there's not much I could have done to guide you anyway. You must be your own guide. And I hope, I know, that one day you will understand your feelings and your intellect are two pieces of a greater whole. I love you, my son. I hope with all my heart that one day you will come to terms with yourself. I have, Mother. I have. Yes, I have something of a reputation for being an overly staunch advocate of logic. I've had one or two scenes like the one Spock had with the Starfleet Academy cadet, where I sort of forget that other people care if you insult them. So yeah, Spock. Yeah, but there's a little Kirk in me too. I mean, everybody's a mix. So it's fun playing with the duality.
I have two questions. One, was it intentional that you didn't use the actual salute in your show?
Yes.
And if so, why? And also, how do you feel about the portrayal of Kirk and Spock in the newer revival series?
Okay, as for the salute, it just, I was using it sarcastically more often than I was using it legitimately, and it felt a little weird to be like, live long and prosper, Dad. It felt a little bit too much like flipping him the bird, and I'd rather do that verbally. And then as for the second one, I like it. I like it a lot. My Spock was based off Nimoy. May rest in peace recently. But I watched Star Trek Into Darkness last weekend, and I was like, oh, I'm doing exactly Chris Pine's Kirk. well, too late to change.
At what age did you discover Star Trek?
Well, I actually started watching Star Trek with my father not actually too long ago. It can't have been much more than a year, really. And So I mean, I knew what it was, but we've been watching the original series together, which is great fun. If anybody's ever been in the house with us when we're watching it, whenever there's a goofy line or like a Shatner fight move, you rewind and watch it like 6 times. Very frustrating for anybody else who's in the room doesn't want an instant replay. Yeah.
What, if any, effect did Leonard Nimoy's recent passing have on your show?
For one thing, I was worried it would make my Q&A a real bummer. I was very sad, and everybody was aware that I would be very sad. I don't think I've ever gotten that many texts in my life. Everybody was like, but some people were like really circumspect about it. They were like, did you hear about today? I don't know. Depends what you mean by that. I mean, yeah.
So, on the track of Spock-like characters, who else were you considering?
Well, let's see. The biggest other one that I was considering was Tony Stark, Iron Man. And I decided not to do that because it wasn't as much about it didn't have the same sci-fi feel, and mostly I was just tempted to do it because the characterization would have been so fun. But in the end, I made a flash decision. Really, we have to decide the first step in the process. So you have to write an incident from the perspective of the character you're doing. And to do that, you have to have a character who you're doing. And so we got to that day, and Kathy's like, all right, start writing. I'm like, whoa, I don't have a person picked yet. Spock it is! So the rest is history. Or future, I guess. Yes.
How did your Kirk evolve from the beginning to the end of the process?
That sounds like a plant question. I'm gonna answer it anyway. Okay, so this is a demonstration. Okay, so you've got to have different characterizations for the different characters you have in your show. And really, you're not supposed to do more than 3. I have 4 because apparently I'm a big teen rebel. And so I went a little. The real joke. Apparently, I went a little overboard in my initial attempts to distinguish between the characters. Because the first time I presented with current characterization, it was like this. And Cadby's like, you can lean back a little less. I was trying to make them distinct as it's yeah.
What was the most difficult part of the process for you?
Balancing all my other work. School's really hard when you're constantly writing a show, which is very long. And the part that gave me more trouble than I expected was memorization, which is kind of odd because I've always been really good at memorization, but there's a lot of words in my show. And so I got the Kirk parts like instantly, and then I was like, wait, why did I make Vulcans talk like this? Why did Gene Roddenberry make Vulcans talk? Yeah.
Okay, 2 questions. I forgot my second one, but the first one is, how many AP classes are you taking, Emma?
Okay, if you count Physics C is only 1, 4. So it's not as bad as last year.
But how hard is AP Physics C, Emma?
It's really hard.
Hey Emma, what's your easiest class this year?
Multivariable calculus.
I remember my other one is the last time I saw your show, I was giving you notes, and I was like, Emma, you literally never said live long and prosper. And then you have it now, and you said it like a bunch of times. So was it like hard to find places, or did you just like throw it in?
I was kind of worried I stuck in too many places, because I'm like, yeah, so there were too many sarcastic places, and I'm like, okay, I've got to use it some places that it's real. And I always knew I was going to, once you told me I had to do it, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have it in my show. That's appalling. And so I stuck it right in the scene with the dad at the end. But then I found, really late in the process, I came up with the idea to have him say it to Kirk when he thought Kirk was gonna die, and I was like, yo, so sad.
Did you ever have to use a thesaurus?
Never once. Yeah, some people still call me Diction Emma. So that was an easy part of the process. The only bit that was hard about that is, so I'd often have paragraphs where I use like all three-letter synonyms for the same word, and I'd be like, which one did I do first? I just don't remember, because if you do the wrong one first, you say the same word 3 times and you sound like an idiot. Yes?
Are you happy with the final product? I hope you hear how much we're happy with the final product.
Thank you. Yes, I'm very happy with the final product. It's been fun. It's been fun. I'm going to miss it.
Did the red and blue lights represent something different?
Yes. The blue light was when when things were more rational, and so whenever the father was being mean to him, that was what was going on, because that's Sarek's whole dealio. And whenever whatever, I used up all my good words earlier. and the red was when things were more emotional and woo, all over the place. And so then when he learned to reconcile himself with himself, it turned purple, because red plus blue is purple. Fun fact. Yes, Ellen.
What was your statement, Emma?
Right. So my statement. Wow, you're getting good at this. So my statement was, reconciling halves of yourself allows for acceptance. But I was sort of also playing with logic and emotion are not mutually exclusive. And that's, don't tell, but that's what the abstraction was still on. So, that's fine.
What made you not have pointed ears? How did you imagine it?
So my family has bullied me a lot for not doing pointed ears. My sister's like, so are you gonna like get a bowl cut and shave off your eyebrows? Like, I know this makeup thing that'll just make your eyebrows go away. I'm like, no. For one thing, no. But the other thing is, so I'm playing some human characters, and I thought it would distract from that. But the bigger concern was Murphy's Law just says one of them would have fallen off, and it would have been a disaster. One-liner coming up, I've used it before, but oh well. And so I said, okay, well, if that did happen, I would just say, well, I am only half Vulcan. But I decided I didn't want my show to become a laughingstock until after Curtain Call.
Okay, last question.
What's your favorite original series?
Amok Time, big time. That's an episode where Spock, who's very, very prim and proper, yes, logical. I really exaggerated the bits that weren't like that, but in that he undergoes a Vulcan mating time called Ponfar, where so he's just like throwing soup around and just like beating people in the face all the time. It's funny. It's very funny.